All right, guys, it is true. World Wide West is stateside in New York. Not because I necessarily wanted to, but because Medellin would not let me stay any longer. I ran out of time and they didn't extend my visa. So I'm out here in New York for a little bit. I chose New York mainly because I'm at a place finally where I can afford it for a little bit. So I said, if not now, then when will I go? And I've been here a week. I thought about doing a first impressions video when I first got here, but I kind of wanted to be able to fill out the city a little bit more and give you guys more like a thoughtful opinion of what I think about New York so far. So right now I'm chilling at Bryant Park, and this is definitely downtown Manhattan. Whenever you see the movies or you see people posting online, this is where it's gonna be at. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I can't afford to stay in Manhattan, so I'm definitely staying in the hood, and I'll do a hood tour later. Of course, I'll show you guys my neighborhood, my spot, all that good stuff. But right now, I'm about to grab an authentic New York meal, and then I'll tell you guys about my first impressions of New York. What up, man? Let me get a chicken over rice.
لو حصل كده تدخل الجيش.
You got barbecue sauce? Let me get that too.
التظاهرات لما تتوجه.
Man, appreciate it. How much I owe you? All right, y'all. We got a classic New Yorker meal. Well, that's what they say, right? I ain't a New Yorker, but got some rice at the bottom, some chicken at the top, spicy sauce, barbecue sauce, and then little veggies on the side. And this is something when you're in New York, especially around this area, you're gonna see like a lot of construction workers getting this, a lot of like working class people getting this. This is like the typical meal of a New Yorker. All right, so I got my food. I'm all settled. The main thing I would say that I've noticed since I've been in New York, as beautiful as New York is, it is equally ugly. Like, it's some spots where you walk through in the city and it just look like it's dangerous. It's extremely nasty, houses boarded up. But then you come down here to somewhere like Manhattan and you seeing skyscrapers everywhere. You seeing, this is the part where you see millionaires every other street, something like that. But it's definitely not just like the Instagram pictures that you're seeing and the reels that you're seeing, and even a lot of the YouTube videos you're seeing. A lot of this is not very attractive, and the parts that are premium. I pay over $3,000 I think for my spot for 1 month, and I don't stand like this part of the city. Next thing, yo, these rats are disgusting and they huge. Y'all, I kid you not, I'm out here, I'm eating just like I'm eating right now on the street chilling, and I'm wondering why my feet felt like it got heavier. And I'm like, man, it feel like I just got like 5 more pounds on my feet. I look down and it's a rat looking up at me. Yo, when I tell you it's a lot of rats in New York, I'm talking about in the subway, by the apartments, and these ain't regular rats, man. They look like they mutated or something, man. And it don't matter whether you stay in the high class places or the low class places, they out here. NYC actually hired somebody to just exterminate rats. Like, I forgot what the title is, but it's like head of extermination in NYC, because the rat problem here has gotten so bad. Yo, it's true. You come to NY, it's true. Yes, sir. That halal food definitely hit, boy. I had to get up and walk around, and plus I wanted to show y'all more of the city instead of just seeing my face the whole time. But that brings me to my second point of things I've noticed out here in New York. Man, it is a lot, I mean a lot of weed shops. I'm gonna show y'all this one around here. I can walk through the traffic, and of course I'm sure y'all know it's always a lot of traffic in New York, but it's a lot of weed shops, man, like every other corner. And they don't even look this nice sometimes. Sometimes they just in the hood spots, and then they got like 4 or 5 little cups and you just choose your weed. But you know, we're in Manhattan, so this was a lot nicer. But when I tell you weed is legal, I mean weed is legal. Like, since I've been here, I have not gone a day without walking through the streets and smelling weed smoke. or if I ain't smelling it, I'm literally seeing somebody walk through and just puffing a fat ass joint, fat ass blunt. And like I said, it's legal. You know, I ain't got no problem with it. If you watch my channel, I've never lived in an American city where weed is just kind of accepted and legal. You know, in Atlanta it's decriminalized, but it's still like against the law. And outside of Atlanta, shit, you go to jail forever for that. So this is, it's different. It's different, and it's something I like, but it's definitely something I've had to get used to. Now, one thing that did surprise me about New York, because like I said, I've been here before, but last time I literally stayed like on the street I'm walking on. It takes a long ass time to get to places. Like, I'm talking about, if I want to go from Manhattan to Brooklyn, it might take me an hour, hour 15 just to go from Manhattan to Brooklyn. And if you know, those two are like right next to each other. So if I wanted to go to like Brooklyn to Queens, it could take me 2 hours to get to somewhere within the city using a train. And if you don't use the train, these folks tripping, about to get hit. But if you don't use the train, you got the option to pay a taxi. But unless you one of these people that are millionaires that are making 200, 250K, you don't want to take a $60 taxi 20 minutes. So your options are, you pay a whole lot of money for a taxi and you get there quicker, or you don't pay a lot of money, you pay like the $3, $4, whatever it takes for the subway, and it takes a long time to get places. Also, some of New York is just grimy, man. Like I said, every place in New York ain't this. It ain't all beautiful like this, and even this is getting repaired, so that ain't necessarily beautiful. But every place in New York ain't beautiful. A lot of it's grimy, and you don't want to be in a grimy spot when it's 9, 10, 11 o'clock, because you know what time it is. You know what time it is. Yeah, this last point, y'all, I ain't gonna hold you, it really did surprise me, just because of when I lived abroad, people would always DM me and ask if I'm okay, as if like Pablo Escobar is knocking on my door, because I lived in Colombia. And I actually feel a whole lot less safe here in New York than I ever did in Colombia. And why is that? It's a lot of homelessness out here, man. It's a lot of fiends out here, and it's a lot of close proximity to each other. So like, when you ride the subway at nighttime, you guaranteed to see some wild shit, or you guaranteed to see a homeless man like very close to you begging. And not to say that every homeless man is out to get you or something like that, but it's just, man, you know, desperate folks do desperate things, and that's definitely something I noticed. Overall, I guess my impressions of New York would definitely be like so-so right now. I haven't even gotten to like how expensive it is. If y'all watch my channel, you know I'm gonna have a whole episode on that. But even beyond expenses, it's just kind of so-so for me right now. One thing I will say about New York though is, like, if you somebody that gets it out the mud, if you a hustler, if you somebody with ambition, this will motivate you, man. This will motivate you. I read a fact that said 1 out of 25 people that you're seeing walking through this area is a millionaire. So like, throughout the time of this video, I've seen at least 8 people with M's, at least. And for somebody like me, like, environment affects my body a lot. It affects my habits a lot. And I think if I'm around money, I'm gonna get some more money. So that's definitely a positive. But more content coming, more videos coming. Guys, if y'all want to see something, definitely let me know. And until next time, you know, it's all love, man. Peace.